Whoa, it's the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth, just checking in the dream. A little bit of radio silence.
We met Yuka.
We did. We just met a new child down at the park. All stoked. We've been doing daddy duty. Fired up. He had his first poopy in the potty. A little late to it, but you know what? When things are meant to happen, they're meant to happen how they're supposed to happen. So, been a little quiet in the dream from the Illusion side. You know, it's gnarly. Only those who know how gnarly it is, man. It's, you know, I've made a bunch of videos. I just haven't uploaded, man. I haven't been in the zone. Communication can be tough between human beings, most definitely. And, you know, it's that time and space right now on Spaceship Earth where communication seems to be tough, man. Lot of confusing signals out there, for sure. I just ran into this dude who's from Portland, guy my age, and I was talking to him. I get so bummed about, like, the LARPers up in Portland making a mockery of reality by punching each other in the face, man. If you're gonna punch someone in the face, dude, you shouldn't have anything on your face. That's my only trip, man. You want to go punch people in the face, don't wear a mask, man. Step up to the plate like a true warrior, expose your grill, and get in there. Otherwise, dude, LARPer. I'm not into, I guess I've been a little quiet, man. I don't like all these, I don't like all these people running amok in our society, man. I think they're dangerous, dude. And, you know, I don't want to come out on some, like, high horse about it, but the more and more I see what's going on, I'm like, dude, that ain't right. And it's communication, man. Why can't people agree to disagree? I don't understand that. Can't start the car. I'm gonna lose the signal. And that's the hardest part, man, is taking responsibility for yourself and realizing that maybe you don't have it all figured out. And I mean the you being me. I know I don't have it all figured out. And I'm half cocked, and I got a lot of wacky ideas and a lot of trippy perspectives about stuff. And so I get a little bit quiet sometimes where I'm like, what are you going to say? Because I want to get in there, man. I got some opinions, dude. But I just think we live in a time where, like, I don't know, how do you say it, man? I've been reading this book about the Lipizzaner stallions in Nazi Germany. It's this trippy book I bought called The Perfect Horse. It's all about the Nazi equestrian program. And I had no idea, man. I had no idea the Nazis were that crazy about the horse. But they sure are, man. So they're accumulating all these horses from all over Europe to make, like, the perfect horse for war, right? It's, you know, it's just what the Nazis were up to with the Aryan race thing and the whole deal. And you read it, but the underlying thing that I read, and I'm fascinated about Germany in the 30s, because, you know, some pretty radical stuff came from that time period, right? That's Daddy's shirt. Yeah, hold that up. Buy shirts, people. Al, you selling t-shirts back there? And so, you know, how did what happened in the 30s equal what happens in the 40s in Germany, right? You know, genocide, war, destruction, and it's this apathy, dude. This keeping your head in the sand type of deal. You want my help? How do you want me to help you, bird? Let's show him the pink one.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your cars. And it's this apathy, and it's all these people that chose to like be like, man, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm not gonna rock the boat. And it's all these horse people, right? All these horse people were like, oh, I'm gonna keep my head down, you know, to protect these horses. It's pretty trippy, dude, about the horse people. And they're all like, you know, and they talk about how they wrote their memoirs after the war, and like, you know, yeah, they knew what was going on, and like they didn't like it, but you know, what were they gonna do? But we had to protect the horses, dude. We had to protect the horses. And I see that like right now, like I'm watching a bunch of dudes like play soccer right now, right? Like whatever. Great, man.
No.
Enjoy like what?
Turn the car on.
We got it. I'm going to in a minute. Let me finish up my video, okay, bird? All right, cool. Knuckles. Give me some knuckles.
No, go.
Oh, bossy. Don't be bossy, please. Let me finish my thought here. So I get in this thing, man, and it concerns me as a human being because, like, you know, I have a voice, I have a platform, and I sometimes, you know, I do this like I'm going to bypass the danger and I'm going to go right to the high frequency way. But then again, I go, you know, maybe I need to like be outspoken more about some of this stuff because like I see like, I don't know, man, I see crazy human stuff on the horizon, and humans are crazy if they get into that group mind think of like, oh, well, I'm just going to go along with the herd because it's safer in there, and, you know, whatever, dude, look the other way, dude, I'm going to preserve myself. When I go, dude, it's the opposite. Like, we all need to, like, get in the herd of, like, screw you. We're not playing along with your games. We as humanity aren't going to enter another war. We're not going to hurt another person. Like, I don't know, man, like, how can you be a pacifist? Like, I'm a pacifist in one hand, but I'm also like a warrior in the other hand. Like, you know, kill them all and let God sort them out kind of guy on one level, dude. Like, the irony, like, I don't want to hurt anybody, but, you know, push comes to shove, dude. Like, I'll take them all out, man. But I'd rather try to communicate, but communication seems to be lost, and I get bummed, man. I don't dig all the people like using political nonsense as like an excuse to like harm other people because they're totally on the like wrong end. Like it's irony, dude. Does anyone get the irony that the Nazis were the democratic socialists? Does that strike anyone as ironic? And yet the democratic socialists are the ones calling people fascists in the modern reality. It's like I can't even wrap my head around it, man. Like I can't, dude. So you're telling me that like you got politicians telling people to like hassle people and shun them and this and that because you know what, policies, like whatever. It's just people are so ignorant, man. That's where I get to it. It's like, dude, read your history. Dude, like all right, this is my trip. I'm a political wonk, dude. I've been studying politics my whole life and reading and doing the whole thing and looking into it, dude. And I'll tell you what, all these people running around with their little masks on their face and their little holier than thou attitudes, dude, they don't know what they're talking about because they haven't read any legislation. They hadn't read any bills. They haven't run for city council. They haven't done anything, dude. But they're just sitting there going, some dude in a red hat's wrong, so let me hassle that guy. You know what, dude? I don't think anyone should be hassled, man. And that's what we all need to unify on is like no one should be hassled. I don't know. And that, what are you going to do with the haters, dude? Like that's the whole thing. Like that's where you like that's where it all comes to the final solution. What are you going to do with the haters, man? I'm all about leave them here in this lower dimensional reality and vibrate into the next dimension. Like that's my trip about it, dude. But, you know, like really, like when you think about it, what are you going to do with the haters, dude? What are you going to do with the haters, man? You're just going to leave them to monkey the show like they are right now? Like, look at what's going on in Spaceship Earth. A bunch of haters. The jealous opposition, dude. Don't want people to be happy. And we all know about this, right? How many people in your reality have tried to shoot down your dream or your happiness because they are unhappy? I talk a lot about the vampires and the whole thing. Like, what's up with people who don't want people to be happy? Like, that's insane to me. I don't know, dude. We got a lot going on Spaceship Earth, and yet nothing's going on. People just can't seem to communicate, dude. And I think that's by design. It's by design. I don't see any other... It's because people aren't reading. I think that's the big problem. People are watching television. People are watching the mainstream media yank their chain, and they're not reading any books, dude. You want to read the craziest book ever, dude? It's called The Perfect Horse. And it's about the Lipizzaner stallions in Germany in the 30s and during World War II, and how I haven't even gotten to the good part of this. I'm just on the foundation. I'm only about like 70, 80 pages in. That's all I know so far, is the Nazis are gathering up all these horses. But I think there's a big like horse rescue by the American Army, and Patton and stuff go to like rescue all these horses, dude. Because they're like prized. Like, if you know anything about horses, like the Lipizzaners are like the gnarliest, man. But then again, people don't know anything about anything nowadays, which is kind of sad, man. Like, I think that's the thing with communication, is everybody's getting their information band shrunk, dude. You know, I talk a lot about the electromagnetic spectrum and how we operate off such limited amount of information. And then that information is compressed even more through the phones and the computers and the televisions. So gnarly, dude. No wonder no one can communicate with each other, man. Anyway, this is The Illusion. I don't know. Just babbling here in the car with Al, sweating, dude, waiting to turn the air conditioner. You want to turn the air conditioner on? Yeah. Anyway, we're signing off, man. I thought I'd just chime in here on a Tuesday.